Hey, what's going on, guys? Richie Figs here, back with another video. It's been a minute, so welcome back. Yeah, it's definitely been a minute since our last video, which was Cammy. If you haven't watched that, go check it out. A couple reasons for the lack of videos. One, there hasn't been a lot of news on the Jada front. Two, we're running out of characters to cover on what's been announced so far. So I did want to cover a couple things. My next video is gonna be not on Jada toys. Gasp. Oh my god, a video not on Jada toys. Can you imagine? Well, you'll be able to put that imaginary into reality, is my next video will be a toy review. It is going to be on the Storm Collectibles Deluxe Edition Shao Kahn. So I'm very excited for that. And then next will be after, I think my next toy review after that will be Goro. So I do collect other things other than Jada, believe it or not. And then I'm going to be waiting on that Wolverine and Sabretooth 2-pack, which should be shipping shortly, seeing what's going on with that. So a couple news updates there, and then, yeah, Jada Toys, not a lot of news, but we do have some news, very interesting news, weird news, if you will. And then today what we're going to be doing is a character, what we know so far. We're venturing into Wave 4. Yeah, so this is the last wave here of what we got so far. We've done all of Wave 3, which was DJ, Guile, and Cammy. We are now venturing into Wave 4, which is the deluxe editions, the big boys, the big figures, the new price tag, the bigger boxing. So, yeah, enough of an intro. Let's get into it. My first picture here is the photo from the London Toy Fair. We do not have one of those concept arts like the Wave 3, and that's just really due to the fact that Wave 4 is so far down the line. We're talking late quarter 4, and it could be even into 2025, seeing how long it is taking for Wave 2 to actually hit. We still don't have any. We'll talk about the Dalsim and the M. Bison here at the end of the video, and that's really the news we have here. But the way the waves are coming out, I wouldn't be shocked if this Wave 4 didn't spill over into 2025, which is upsetting because, you know, June was talking how things were going to be moving a little bit quicker, and they still very well could, but the way things have rolled out for Wave 2, it seems to be going slower, I think, a little bit. At least that would be the way. We'll talk about it later, but let's take a look at the London Toy Fair Blanka concept art. This is all we have to go off of, and it looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie, these head sculpts look a lot better in the concept art than what we really have actually in actual mold, but we got to keep in mind the mold itself was a very early prototype. So what we got here, this is bigger boxing. You can't tell from the photo, obviously, but it is going to be deluxe boxing. Price tag on these should be anywhere from $34.99 to $39.99. I think he said $34.99, but, you know, if it went up $5, I don't think it would steer anybody away from the figure, but it's nice. It's going to be big. It's going to be a deluxe figure. We have some comparisons, but nothing new here. It looks like everything about the cabinet is going to stay the same, other than it's just going to be bigger because he's a bigger boy. Blanka, fan favorite. Everyone's excited. This is definitely the one probably I'm most excited for out of the year, other than like Guile and Dalsim. But yeah, extra head sculpt. He's got some open hands, and then a lightning effect. And we'll talk about this lightning effect a little bit later because it's different than the other effects. Another photo of Blanka. This one actually came from SDCC 2023, our first image of the prototype. It looks good. I mean, he is bigger, but you couldn't tell from this photo as he only seems like a hair taller than Guile. And Guile is the bigger, him and DJ are going to be bigger than Ryu and Ken. But he is crouching, so standing, he should be almost about a head taller than Guile. He's severely crouched here. And, yeah, this was just one of our earliest photos that we saw of the Blanka. Haven't seen many since then, but, you know, we'll go over what we have. But just some early photos from the figure. Taking a look at the photo here, this is just kind of a headshot from the SDCC prototype. And, like, my first impression on this was not the greatest. But, again, I believe in the interview, June even said that he got this just literally days before SDCC. So this is the very first prototype. They go through 4 or 5 different toolings with each prototype. So this is one of 5. The very, very first mold of Blanka. I don't think it's actually grown on me quite a bit. I don't think it looks bad at all. I think the green For some, I don't know. You guys are going to have to let me know on the green. I'd like it maybe to be just a hint darker. Not because he is kind of like that pea soup green, but maybe just a hint darker. Maybe just a hint. I don't know. But like I said, that could ruin everything. The lighting, I'm looking at the two little characters, and it's actually pretty close as I look at the two little Blankas on the side of the figure here. It's actually really close. But I don't know. Maybe it needs to go, I don't know, lighter or darker. Let me know what your guys' thoughts on the green. To me, the green, it seems a little bit off, but obviously they're going to fix that as this is 1 of 5. But upon the initial reaction of the head sculpt, wasn't greatest, but definitely grew on me, and I'm sure they're going to make adjustments. But I like it. I definitely like it now. Next photo here is a little bit of a size comparison to the other figures, as we have a prototype of Sagat here alongside Blanka, and he just showing a little bit. I mean, Sagat's obviously huge, but it's kind of hard to tell how big Blanka actually is because Sagat is bigger. But as we look at some of these other ones, yeah, he's definitely gonna be a big boy, definitely a big figure. He's definitely more meatier, more girthier, if you want to go that route with the word choice. Girthy, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, these are going to be awesome figures. Wave 4 is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I definitely think it could be one of the best waves ever. But against Sagat, definitely a big boy, just in a different way. Girth. That's what we'll go with. Taking a look at the next photo here, just another size comparison. And I actually love this size comparison because he's doing it against another Blanka figure. SH Figuarts, I believe, was the company that made this one. I should know, because I actually have this Blanka figure, but it's deep away in the dark, dark dungeons of storage. So, yeah, I love this. And taking a look at the comparisons immediately, a couple things stand out. Different color hair, different color greens. I'm not sure that they were actually going for Street Fighter 2 Blanka with the SH Figuarts. I would assume they would, but immediately I like the green better on the Jada. I like the definition better on the Jada, and I like the hair sculpt a lot better on the Jada one. But again, I don't know which version of Blanka they were going with the SH Figuarts off the top of my head. But I like this one a lot. I love that he always does these different comparisons. Again, Toy Migos live streams, guys. If you ever want to hear the conversation, the deep depths of the line, go check out their channel. Link to their description of their live streams and their channel is going to be in the description below. Always go check out the Toy Migos if you ever want any follow-up or the deep discussion that they talk about the line. But a great photo here, and immediately looking at the head sculpt too, doesn't look as bad as I initially thought from those SDCC. So clearly some improvements being made. I'm not sure that this is still that same figure. This maybe might be the second phase of the tooling, or maybe some adjustments here, but yeah, that figure looks sick. One of the last photos here that we take a look at is going to be his effects. Now, this is the first effect that doesn't actually attach to the figure. At least it doesn't look like it. It looks like these are some standing effect pieces that once you get Blanka in the crouching pose, just simply kind of put these two pieces around him, and it looks like he's going to be electrocuting, which is very similar to what Storm does, or did, or is doing with their Blanka figure. And yeah, very cool. That'll be a fun comparison video once Storm drops their Blanka figure. I think it's supposed to drop this year, I think, or early next year. I can't really tell. There's a bunch of different pre-order dates on when that thing's supposed to release. But regardless, I think it's a cool effect nonetheless. Definitely cool that it doesn't attach to him either. You just kind of surround him with it, and I think it'll look awesome, frankly. And that is going to be our breakdown, our overview of the Blanka Wave 4 figure that is going to be coming late quarter 4. It could come early, anywhere from quarter 4 to maybe early 2025. It's really hard to tell at this stage based off what the other figures that are releasing and kind of how they can do with the tooling and everything, but it is the furthest wave away that we have so far. But it's a wave I'm definitely excited for. Again, shout out to Toy Migos, and all the interviews that they do with June. Make sure you guys check out their channel. Link to their channel is in my description below. And also, just kind of to recap everything that we know about Blanka. 1, quarter 4, early next year is when this figure is set to release. Price point could be anywhere from $35 to $39.99, which is $40. So they're going to be more expensive, going to be a bigger figure. Will come with the additional head, will come with additional hands, will have the electrical piece, and I'm frankly definitely one of the most anticipated figures out of the entire line. And I hope they do a Player 2 version because I think the blue one will be just as sick. So other than that, guys, as far as Jada news, really interesting pre-order happened, update, with the Dalsim and the M. Bison. Absolutely nothing has happened with Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, any of the online retailers, but Amazon. Amazon got their figures up. I didn't actually see anybody be able to place, but there are actually the listings for Dalsim and Bison on there, and I think someone was able to actually pre-order. I have no confirmation. This is just hearsay from what someone put in the comments. It said the release date was July or August, and that's just, I mean, one, that's Amazon. I mean, their pre-orders are pushed out the furthest. I feel like they overcompensate as far as delivery and when the figure is going to release, because I ordered my Storm through them, and they said their Storm Blanka is not coming out till next year, which with the pre-order for Big Bad Toy Store says Q4, which I guess it could go into Q5, but we all know the online retailers get them much slower than Target. So I'm hoping, because when did we get Ken? I think Ken started releasing late December, early January, and they still haven't, the online retailers still haven't even started shipping Ken yet, which is very concerning in its own point. But yeah, so that's interesting. But they put, I think they said it was July or August for M. Bison and Dalsim. Clearly, I mean, once they get them in, that could jump months ahead earlier. But it was concerning to see that it was that far pushed out. And it's also concerning that we haven't seen any pre-orders for any of the other online retailers. Now, did June not get the order? Did Jada, I mean, I say June like I don't know if he's the one submitting it or not. I just say June because he's the one that said that they wanted to get it in before Chinese New Year. Did they meet that deadline? I don't know. But there's just not been a lot of news, and the fact that we haven't seen any pre-orders go up yet for the online retailers does concern me a little. Maybe they didn't meet it, but I don't know. We had some figure photography show the in-package of the M. Bison. None of the Dalsim, but the M. Bison did come out. And yeah, so very weird what's going on with Jada right now. It's just kind of all up in the air. Don't know what's going on with the pre-orders. Very weird that Amazon is the first online retailer that gets the pre-order. And then there's just, I was kind of looking around to see if anybody was able to place an order, but I saw one person says, my order says August or July. I can't remember. I couldn't find the comment or clarify on which one, but I remember it standing out that it was a early summer month. I was like, what? I thought these were supposed to be releasing way earlier, but then Ken's been out for months now, and they're still not even shipping out of Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth yet. So really weird on the release date and the pre-orders on everything, and we still haven't heard anything about Deluxe Player 2 editions. Still haven't heard anything. Well, I mean, we're really just waiting on Bison and Dalsim at this point to finish off Wave 2, and then I'm sure we'll start hearing things. Well, I mean, we're due. We are just due for a big explosion of Jada Toy Street Fighter news, and it's going to come. It's definitely going to come. It just hasn't yet. So just some interesting news that Amazon was the first person to get the listing up. So yeah, that's the update there. But hopefully you guys enjoy this. Again, we'll be having a Shao Kahn figure review come up here very shortly, and then Goro should be shipping out fairly soon. I've been seeing some reviews pop up of him. We'll do him as well. And then the next one after that, I think, is my next anticipated figure is the Wolverine Sabretooth 2-pack. So, other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Richie Figs. Later.